Hi guys. All right, this is going to be a little bit different, video than normal, because today I'm just really feeling like I don't want to be reading. I don't want to pull out the journals and all that kind of stuff. So let me show you another little aspect of creating covers for the top of the journals that I make sometimes. I get out some lace and some material and so forth, and I'm trying to find my one favorite journal. Give me a second here. Where did it go? I just had it in my hands yesterday, and now it's like, where is it? Where is it? Anyhow, on the top of some of the journals, what I will do is decorate them up with material and so forth. And I don't know why I don't see it here. And I just had it in my hands yesterday. Okay, well, we're just going to do what we can do here. So just imagine a journal. Okay. Um, let's just say that this is the journal. Okay. This is just an old book. I'm using the pages to create journal pages and so forth. But when I get done taking all the pages out of this book, I'm going to go ahead and recycle the cover for this. So when I do that, I will cover the front of it with material. So I might take something like this and cover it up, and then I'll decorate it with some different things that I've created. Because the insides of the journal are filled with pages and painting and drawing and words and so forth. So I like to do the outside with texture. So let me show you some of the things I've used. So this is just a piece of lace. I cut it down as I need it. This was from, I think, a wedding dress that I picked up at the Goodwill. I had an old, what was this? Something, jacket or something. And I like this is really nice elastic. And so I just cut it off. And then it's sloppy right now, but I haven't figured out where I want to use it. But this would look really cute here. I could decorate the outside of this. I've got my little pin cushion with my pins and so forth, but I could use a ribbon on there. I could put ribbon here, and so let me show you. I've just got all kinds of little material. Anytime you have any old shirts or anything, don't throw them away. Cut out the good pieces, and then create something like this. So this is just a piece of old jacket that just wore out. Okay, linen cotton material. And then I took some of that lace that I showed you, some of this lace here, and I cut that to size. And then I had this ribbon here was from a package of soap or something that I got a while ago. And you know how they fancy them up with the tags and so forth? Those are the best because they're usually cotton and so forth. And so this is going to be layers. Now, what I could also do with this is if I wanted to add some jewels, I have this little packet of jewels. I could put that on there. That would look super nice. Let's see I'll show you what I've created so far. This was one that I just put together. I took some ribbon that I had from a roll of ribbon that I got at Michael's, cut it down to size here, a lot of texture. I've got some, this is all cotton material, a piece of, what do you call it? Like some lace. Let me show you. I go to sometimes I'll go to antique stores or whatever and get lace like this. This piece was huge, probably 4 yards long, and I cut it down. And I love that look, you know, and then I can double it up if I want to, and that's a great thing to use. But that's what I did here, and I took some yarn, and then here, this one here, similar, very similar, but just different material. I took some lace that I had from something. Again, I save old clothing that I'm done with, or if I see something very intricate and really nice at the dollar store or Goodwill or a garage sale or whatever, I grab a hold of it. So I always like the lace things and whatever. And then this was from the jacket that was worn out. I just cut out the pieces because you know what? I've gone to Joann Fabrics and Hobby Lobby, and have the prices since the last 4 years of material has gone up stupid crazy. I won't spend that kind of money. Even their clearance stuff is too expensive. So I recycle old clothing, babies' clothing, anything cottony I love. And then if I do happen to see something that I really find to be worth it, like I really like the pattern on this here, so I think I got a half a yard. A half a yard goes a long way, you know. So, and I'm just leaving this here just for color so that you can kind of see where I'm at here and to keep me focused. So I'm trying to stay in center here. But, so I just sewed down this little piece of lace that I cut off of a big half a yard of material, and did that. I don't know if I'll add any buttons or anything, but any jewelry or whatever, sometimes I'll add that on here too. Like this one here, this was a button that I saved, and this was material I bought many years ago that was super duper cheap. It was like 5 yards for like under $10, and it's material that you would put on a sofa or whatever. Not my favorite colors, but again, sometimes I got to get out of my rut of what I usually use, the pinks, the purples, and so forth. This would be really pretty on part of this. What I'll probably do is cut this off, but I've got this yarn too, not yarn, but ribbon, and I could add that to it. But I sewed this portion on, and then what I'll do is either tape that onto the book, glue it onto the book, or whatever. I want to make sure that the covers are sturdy. So usually, oftentimes, I'll use my basic double-face tape, my favorite product. You can go to basicproducts.com or go to Amazon. They do have 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and maybe some other size widths. But this is the best double-face tape that you can find. It is kind of pricey. It's gone up in price in the last couple of years, but definitely worth it. It's really good stuff. I usually will buy it by the case. That's how much I like it. So this is another one. I just like the look of how that looks. And again, the texture, we've got this beautiful textured, and I put a little piece of cotton here with some of my, I'm losing my mind with words, the little crocheted pieces, and then the button on here. So I most likely, I don't have a place for this. Sometimes I just want to get away from the paper and the pens and stuff, and I'll just do a little sewing. So this morning, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't want to use my head. I'm just feeling it today. Where I'm just, you know, I just want to go low key today. And this is something easy I can do. And you could even, like, if you do this, you can add color to it. So if I wanted to make this with a little bit of pink or a different color thread, embroidery thread is often what I use. We can do that. Here's another one. I got this material here, full of France things and French words and Paris and things. And I like this was something I got. It's just glue it on, or it's taped on. I just pull that back, and I like the look of that for something. I don't have a place for it, but I just like making some of these and have them ready. That way, when I want to make the book and the journal, all I got to do is go into my stash and it's ready to go. And it's uniquely mine. So that's what I love about doing the junk journals and so forth, because everything I do, I'm creating in my style with my hands, and it can't be replicated. You know, that's the fun part of it. It is unique. There'll be none other like it. There might be something similar, but then here too was just some cotton yellow material, and then I had this yellow crocheted piece. Someone crocheted this beautiful, it was just a long piece that I think maybe they put on a table. I got this at a antique store. I got a whole bunch of lace and crocheted things, which I love. I can do the basic crochet, but I don't get into it too much because it's time consuming. But I really, really appreciate the small detail of the little crochet hoops and so forth. So I can grab those as often as I can. Here I took again one of those one of these little pieces here, and that I had cut down from a bigger piece, and I love that. I love that look. Now if I want to make this one a little bit different, I took this with the lace and I could sew that on here and give it a little extra oomph with the lace on there. But I kind of like the look of just the white color on the yellow. It just really stands out very well. I really like that a lot. And so that's one. I could just do this. That's what I'm thinking of, just sewing this together. And everything I do is handmade. I don't use my sewing machine. So there's that one. And then here's a white one. And again, white material from that jacket that I cut apart. Put some lace on here. And then I had this ribbon. And I've got a second one that I can do the same with. And then here's another one here with some ribbon. Some really big ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. When they have their ribbon clearanced, it is amazing cheap. When you can go like in January and maybe in August or something like that. But definitely around Christmas time, they oftentimes have their phenomenal ribbon containers really, really super cheap. And that's when I stock up. And this one was super wide. And so I cut that down, had this blue from, I think, a package that I had gotten. I put beads in there. And it was already had the blue hearts in there. It's a little rocking horse. Just love that. And I'll use that for something. I had a little extra, no, this is different. So this is the lace with some blue ribbon. And then I had this ribbon here. So I might add some jewelry or something to that. I don't know. But it might just be something small that I add to. And then this one here, again, this is an applique from a wedding dress I picked up at the Goodwill, and put it on this ribbon here, and then have the lace in the background. Again, I love the texture. So you've got beads, you have the lace, you've got a little bit of lace here, and I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then here is one I just put together this morning. I don't know if I like it. It's probably not finished yet, but I might back it up on a piece of material. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. That's kind of too bland, I think. This is swatches of material, quilting material and so forth. That would be kind of cute. That would look kind of nice, the contrast with the darker color. And then I can always keep it on this. So again, this is a linen jacket that I wore for years, and it just started getting holes in it. So I cut it apart. I took the zipper off of it, and I don't know what I'll do with this, but the zipper would be kind of fun, you know, to add to something. And the zipper would actually be kind of cool on here. Oh, I like that idea. There's some little black in here. I kind of like this idea, the contrast with that. I'm not sure. Probably not gonna do any sewing with this because I don't know if I want, when I put it on the right journal, I might want the fun of it all of being able to unzip it. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's kind of the point of the zipper. But I could sew the edges, you know, and keep it like this. And I could just sew each side down like so. And you could still unzip everything. So, I don't know. I'm going to have fun with that one when I do create whatever it is I create. Here's another swatch that I bought. Sometimes you can get, or a lot of times you can get, yeah, I don't like the green with that. I like this. I'm really thinking I might go ahead. So then, you know, if you're not familiar with how to do these, you just get your little pins and just kind of pop it on there. I'm going to leave a little extra here on the top just in case I want to fold it over. But I like this. I like the contrast with this. But I think I need to move it over a little bit more. This is just wide enough. And I bought the swatches just like this. So I'm going to leave a little hanging on the top and the bottom in case I want to fold the top over for some reason. And then the trick is, I'm not real good at this always, getting it measured out correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and do the top and the bottom to keep it from sliding and moving around, because oftentimes when you start sewing things, the material might move a little bit, so you really want to, especially something this long, this is probably 12 inches long, you want to kind of pin it down so that there's less likelihood for it to move around. And then just don't poke yourself. Now, if I wanted to pull out my sewing machine, I don't have a spot to keep my sewing machine out, so it's buried. This would be a real easy, you know, if you got your sewing machine handy dandy, just sew it. But I can sit here and sew this by hand in just a couple of minutes. But I love that look, that idea. So that's what I do. I have things ready, and then if it doesn't fit anything and I see something else I like, I'll pop that together, you know. And now this here, I'm looking at this now, I sort of like the pink with this. I might find some other pink material, or I can go with something like, oh, that would look nice too. That would be okay. I could even put the pink with that. You know, get creative. Unbind, and then have got this rope here. And that would be kind of cool to sew that together. So to bring the pink in, have a little bit of that green in the background. That's a possibility. I'm not sure I'm sold on it, but it could be something. Maybe. We'll see. And then you can always add more to what you're making. So the thing is to get your I like to get my materials together when I see them, and I like the look of the applique with the lace and everything. Okay, because if I have too many small pieces of lace or material, I'll pitch it. If I'm not finding something with to put it together with something quickly enough, I'll throw it away. Just to have less choices, if you will. So these are the prepared ones overall. I still might add something to them, some jewels or something, but these overall are sewed together, so they're ready to go. This one would be fun. I mean, and I could cut this one down into sections if I wanted to, because it's just one big long piece. But I'm going to leave it as is for now. And again, today I'm just kind of doing some sewing because I just don't want, my brain is just kind of look today. I've got this, this pretty piece of ribbon. I've got this embroidery thread, and I could create something with that maybe on here. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But, and then too, what I also have handy dandy is, let's see, that's done. All right. What I also have here that I will do at some point is with this, I love the linen and cotton. I really, whenever you find some cotton and linen material, grab a hold of it. But I drew a little design on this piece right here, and I'm going to embroider that at some point. Let me see what I have available here. I think this is big enough. No. Will that fit? I think that'll fit on there. So what I'll do here is, and I want to make sure that I put this on here now because I almost cut this. So I had a nice lady notice that when I was at Joann's, when they first started going clearance, the embroidery hoops were not cheap, and I think I might have said, "Oh no way," because they were just thick. They used to be when I worked at Joann's years and years and years ago. The hoops would be like 3 for $1. And now they're like 1 for $2. And so I have a couple basic ones, but I wanted some that I might keep in the embroidery hoop. And so anyway, this nice lady came around the other aisle and said, "You know what? I've got some embroidery hoops. Can I give them to you?" I was shocked. I was so blessed and shocked that day. And so I just want to put this in here. So I don't cut it, because I almost grabbed it today and cut it, and I already drew that, and I'm making my own. I don't need to buy a kit. I know how to embroidery and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do here, just for the sake of cutting down the pieces, I'm just going to cut this around. I don't have a method. I don't need it to be perfect because it's going to end up being put on something. It'll be cut down to size. And so there's that. You roll with it. I am just, that's just kind of where you're at, where I'm at. But tightening it up so that it doesn't move. But yeah, I make my own little, I thought, that'll be easy to do. So I'll get my embroidery stuff out one day and do that. So that's another thing, and that would be really cute on top of a journal box. Let me put this over here. Once that gets done. So summer's coming up. Maybe I'll do yellow with the green leaves and so forth. We'll see. We shall see. But that's it for today, guys. It's just another little extra doodad. Keep all those little pieces, and if you wanted to, you can always surround it with ribbon and do that. So many options. So there you go.